What's up YouTube, That's here, bringing you guys another VGC 2015 replay. Today we're going to be using Sableye, Mega Kangaskhan, Cresselia, and Aegislash going up against Frank White, a fellow VGC player and content producer. I'll be sure to link his info in the description, so be sure to check out a bunch of his really cool content. He has Charizard, Scrafty, Clefairy, and actually a Dewgong, a Pokemon that you don't really see that often. His other Pokemon were actually Gothitelle and Gengar, so it gave off the pseudo Perish Trap-ish feel. I mean, Gengar and Gothitelle known for Perish Trap. Also note that Dewgong is a Pokemon that learned Perish Song. So it looks like he's using a Dewgong instead of a Politoed in a bit of a Perish Trap team, but he decided to switch it up and go with a ton more aggressive play with Charizard and Scrafty. So without further ado, we're going to start this up, get right into it, and see if we can learn anything cool about Dewgong in today's game. Like I said, he's issuing a challenge. This was a game I played on stream a couple days ago, and it was so cool seeing Dewgong that I felt it was definitely worth the upload. So we see Kangaskhan and Sableye lead off against Scrafty and Charizard. Kinda sucks that I'm eating an Intimidate turn 1, but you know, it's not really the end of the world. I still feel that even though I ate an Intimidate, if I can burn the Scrafty, there's no real way that this board can actually threaten my Kangaskhan without suffering major casualties. So we're going to see his Charizard go Mega, activate the Drought, making it sunny for 5 turns, and then we're also going to see my Kangaskhan Mega and gain that Prensel Bond, letting its attacks hit twice. Pretty good. As you guys know, it's probably the best Mega in the history of all the Mega evolutions. So we're going to see his Charizard pop a Protect first turn, not wanting to eat that huge double-hitting stabbed Fake Out. Of course, I'm going to keep him honest and Fake Out that slot, and instead of Fake Outing with my Sableye, I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp on the Scrafty. Really happy that I don't see a Lumberry there, but he's actually going to decide to knock off my Sableye instead of going for a huge Drainage Punch on my Kang, which is pretty good, but since he's burned, it's not really going to be doing that much damage. So he's going to start off turn 3 by withdrawing his Charizard, deciding to send the Dewgong out. Straight up, Dewgong, a Pokemon we don't know that much about, has access to a ton of really useful abilities, as we see Scrafty pop a Quick Guard, trying to potentially stop maybe a Sucker Punch or something. I don't really know why you would Quick Guard there. I guess he's just trying to stop the Prankster from Sableye. That's a pretty good idea, I guess, but my Sableye is a bit different, as we see the Dewgong eat a huge Double Edge, activating its Citrus Berry, but still potentially within the range of a second Double Edge. I take a little bit of recoil as Scrafty takes down from Burn. So far, Dewgong not having that much of an impact in this game, but I don't really want to fight that Scrafty anymore. Also, I don't know what Dewgong's really going to do. I decided to switch out to Aegislash. Note that I'm switching into a Ghost type, just in case he decides to pop a Perish Song, and I can switch out. Like, I was thinking he would switch Scrafty out for Gothitelle, and my Pokemon would be trapped this turn. So I decided to switch Aegislash in and Cresselia in, Pokemon that would be great if that happened. He actually decides to switch Clefairy in instead, and he goes for Fake Out with Dewgong, a move I did not know Dewgong got. And I think that's actually really useful. Like, the amount of versatility this thing set has is incredible, and we're going to see that this game. Also note that on the switch into the Clefairy, I'm going to get a skill swap off. I mean, how awesome is that? I'm taking its Friend Guard, and my Aegislash is going to be super bulky as Dewgong finally pops that Perish Song that I knew it was packing. So after 3 turns, all Pokemon on the board will change. And I know that he doesn't have any Perish Trap users, like he doesn't have any Shadow Tag users in his team, no Mega Gengar, and he didn't bring the Gothitelle. So I can freely switch if I do want to, which is, I mean, great for me. As we see Aegislash slam a huge Flash Cannon into the Clefairy, that's pretty good. Even with the Evilite, Clefairy still takes a ton of damage from a stabbed Flash Cannon to the face. So we decide to switch Cresselia out, and we see Clefairy switch out too, most likely going into Charizard to block a potential Flash Cannon again. So Charizard comes out, and we see a Disable from the Dewgong. So we've seen Fake Out, Perish Song, and Disable. This thing's set is full of surprises, and I mean, Aegislash is pretty messed up right now. We're going to see Dewgong finally switch because it probably doesn't have any moves that deal a ton of damage, especially not moves that deal a ton of damage to like Stable and Aegislash. Deciding to come back in with the Scrafty, wearing up an Intimidate. It's not really going to be that useful here, but we're going to see Sableye go for the Fake Out on Charizard. Note that since I can get a Fake Off on the Charizard, there's no real reason he had to Protect, so it was a great turn to Fake Out. We get a free Shadow Ball there as Scrafty ticks down a little bit from Burn. But sadly, Aegislash is going to have to switch out soon. Yeah, Aegislash's Perish count has fallen to 1, so if I don't switch out this turn, I'm going to die to the Perish Song. So we switch out into Cresselia as Sableye pops to recover. We're just trying to elongate the game. Remember, Scrafty is burned. So the longer I make the game, the better it's going to go in my favor, as we see Charizard go for the Flamethrower, move you don't actually see that often on Charizard, but I definitely agree with the choice over Flamethrower. You know what they always say, if you want to hit your moves 100% of the time, use Flamethrower. It might not be as strong as Heat Wave, might not be as strong as Fire Blast or Overheat, but it definitely hits every single time. So starting this turn 9 off, we're going for a Quash Psychic play. There's just not really that many things that Sableye can do in this situation, so I decided to go for the Quash, as we see Scrafty knocks off my Citrus Berry, and Charizard comes in with another Flamethrower and actually gets a burn on my Cresselia. So the fact that Charizard is using a weaker move 2 turns in a row paid off because it got the burn and Cresselia will go down. Kind of sucks that I lost Cresselia that turn. I could have went for like Quash Moonlight plays, but it is what it is. It's now time for Kangaskhan to come back out. Kangaskhan commanding total dominance on this board. We're going to then swap Sableye out because we don't really need it at this point in the game. Coming in with Aegislash because we know Charizard's not really going to be able to do that much. It's probably just going to protect this turn so it doesn't go down to Fake Out. As we see Dewgong, the Pokemon of the day, come back in. And Charizard, like I said, going for the very predictable Protect. And we don't really want to eat any moves from the Scrafty. We're just going to go for a low kick. Super effective on Scrafty, also super effective against Dewgong's Ice typing. And with an ability like Thick Bat, which is probably what that Dewgong's holding, it's probably pretty heavy. I got the crit, but I don't think I needed it. As Scrafty comes back in, he gets a pretty decent Intimidate off on my Kang, but the Charizard is quite low at this point. If I were to hit it with an attack, you would assume that I would be able to take it out. So I go for a Sucker Punch, trying to pick up a KO on this Charizard. He is quite low. First hit and second hit leaves it at about 3 or 4 HP. Kinda sucks. He's going to get a free Flamethrower off here onto my Kangaskhan. I mean, luckily for me that didn't burn. That would have been the end of the world. As he goes for a knockoff, maybe he thought I was going to switch that turn. We are going to see Aegislash Stance Dance into Blade form and go for a huge Shadow Ball, picking up the KO up onto that Charizard slot. So now that Charizard is gone, there's not really that many Pokemon that can threaten my Kangaskhan anymore. So Scrafty is going to slowly tick out, and I think his last Pokemon is Clefairy, so Clefairy is going to come in. Remember, this thing does get like Follow Me and a bunch of other moves, but as you guys can tell, there's no real way to win this board from this position. We see a Helping Hand come out onto Scrafty, the Burn Scrafty, as we go for a huge Double Edge, picking up the KO on it this turn. Note that we also left our Aegislash in offensive stance, sorry. So Aegislash going to be able to pick up a KO with that Flash Cannon on the Clefairy. There's no real stopping that. And also note that I got a critical hit on the Scrafty. Even though I was intimidated, I don't think I needed the critical hit. I really don't think I needed it. Basically, I just wanted to upload this game because I wanted to show off how cool that Dewgong set was. I don't know what its last move was, but we saw Fake Out, Disable, and Perish Song. Tons of utility from a Pokemon you actually don't see very often. And huge props to Frank White for using this thing in a competitive battle. Like I said, I'm going to leave a link to his content in the description. Definitely check that stuff out. Otherwise, guys, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking out this battle. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.